this one you can just adjust it. Then yeah, so this is how the level maker is made. And then we'll go to pipes.lua. It will just generate the pipe. So pipes.lua just generates randomly generating pipes in the game, like unlike the victory pipe or anything in overworld and underground levels. So they will either have a plant which will just it will kill the player if they attack, if they pop out uh, of the pipe. And as you can see the tween function. And yeah, so this is just nothing, this is nothing much but simple code. Then I'll move on to state machine.lua, which I don't want to discuss anything about it because it's just the same thing. So now game object.lua just is just like a base state. You can just consider it as a base state. So it's just used up in as you saw in the pipes.lua, which requires uh, a game object. Then we have game level. So here we will take entities, objects, tile map, and level number. So game level colon clear will clear everything in the new level. Then we'll update the game. Then it will render everything for the tile map and the entities and the objects which are related to game object. Now if I go to camera.lua, which is really important for the camera control and the following of the player as he jumps or falls. So now if you can see, as you can see, there is a lerp speed which is only localized for this. So lerp speed is like the smooth animation, smooth following of the camera. So if you increase it even more, it will quickly follow you. So I preferred this one. And then in update, it will just follow the target X and the target Y of the player, which is exactly the player. Then we have animation.lua. So in animation.lua there's nothing much but it just gets the current frame and updates it to the timing. So like how we in the player.lua we had multiple animation frames for Mario. So up here, yeah, so up here we had this animation function which will take the frames from the sprite sheet and will have an interval timing. So now if I go to play state, so it's quite a lot of code. And yeah, I'll make this fast. So this will just take the enter params, then it will just update it, I mean match it, sorry, it will match the levels file, what level is it in, and will just update the player's level so that the player can play in that. So this is for the gravity amount, which is 300 for the cancel for the normal, unlike the 980 gravity in normal earth. So the so if I go back up, we will take the minimum value of dt and will update the timer. Then we will just create a fresh objects I mean, like, not fresh objects, like will just get deleted if the player kills them. So then this is also an important aspect used in the chain aspect. The chain code is an important aspect used um, in the boss conversation. So like in DK, Donkey Kong boss fights and all, we use these chain function, go, end, and all these for starting the for start drawing these text box at the bottom of the screen and making the conversation happen. So then we have the key pressed and all for each level. As for Donkey Kong, which is really important. Then we have so this is a dialogue text for Donkey Kong in the table. So in the chain, the animation will trigger. So here we'll take entity dot direction. So after saying these dialogue and the victory pipe rises up from the ground, Donkey Kong will face towards the victory pipe and jump into the pipe. Um, then the coins will be created in the after defeating Donkey Kong. So this is for level 20, wherein Donkey Kong, the rockets will be there. So the barrel, wherein the animation will be happening for the barrel too. So at the end, if the object dot x, if it's lesser than the negative of object dot width, or if object dot width is greater than self dot tile map dot width multiplied by tile underscore size, then it will remove the barrel if it touches any end of the arena. Then this is for a Bowser boss level fight. And then we have um, this these bosses texture, entity dot texture, entity dot class, and all. Then so this is like we have created a go to, which is a next underscore fireball. So this is for Goomba and Snail. So if the player goes near the snail or the Goomba, the sounds will start. Then we have touched pole is equal to nil, flag pole base is equal to nil, and all. So again, if the player has a power up, and if the player presses Z, a power up, the fireball gets thrown. And so yeah, here it'll just draw normal background for the uh, overworld, and for others it'll be different. Except underwater also, except underwater and overworld, there'll be only the tech backgrounds from the graphics. But the underworld, underground, and the castle levels will not have the animation, these backgrounds. Then um, so it'll just stop end of world space. So HUD is like the it'll show the lives and level of the player and the score also. So the render is quite big, and then yeah, so this is just the play state. Then we have player falling state, the player idle state, which will just do nothing but hold the player at this animation frame. And also if the player is not moving, the player will just jump. So this jump state. Then we have player walking state. So if player is walking and walking and all, so if the while the player is walking and presses space, so he should move and he should be flying upwards. Then in snail, this is just for the snail. It will create the animation. Then we have the snail idle state, which will do nothing but just stay there. And then we have the snail moving state, which will uses an AI. So the AI code is so this chasing state has the AI code. So here here if we here is the animation. So like AI, so if there is anything in obstruction, it will move away. So if the if so that this is just an this is also a check. So if there is anything or any object in any object, or in if there's no floor, or like if it's a chasm, then uh, the snail will not move inside the towards the chasm. So here I guess is the I believe is the AI code. And yeah, so Goomba.lua too has the AI code and even the boss fights. So if I go to Goomba.lua, uh, it has nothing much in AI. It's quite simple. And in Bowser.lua, so here we have multiple many initializations for the animation. Especially we have three animation frames. And then we have the update. If self.player, then self.direction is equal to self.player.x, which will face towards the player. And then if then this is just for the motion. So this will just keep Bowser on the ground, so he'll just not jump anywhere. None of the bosses just jump anywhere and attack Bowser. So here in the attack, here we'll take if cell.hit timer is greater than 0, then return end. So it'll just keep on happening until the timer runs out. So Bowser always keeps firing a fire projectile. And if I go to Donkey Kong.lua, here Donkey Kong HP is 20, I mean sorry 15, and Bowser's is 20. So this is for movement, and the petrol speed, which is negative 20, or else it will be the directional X. So there are multiple, so there are many frames for one animation in idle state. So like the Donkey Kong will be pounding his chest in a loop multiple times. So here while throwing the barrel, he'll just not be looping, but just one time he'll throw the barrel and return to the idle state. So if this is for the jump block to trigger jump behavior. So if the player is on the jump block, the Bowser, the Donkey Kong will just jump on him and come back on the ground. So just like if so in the boss fights and all, there'll be a jumper block so that the player will have a power up to fight with. But for Donkey Kong, it just does not matter for the power up, because he just doesn't take damage from the power up also. Then we have, so this is all just for the throwing. So like it's patrolling, and then this is for the changing direction. So this is for the barrel throwing logic. And yeah, we'll just create an object called barrels. So then we have fireball.lua, which is like the power up for Mario, and it's just nothing much but a little bit of physics and all, like how the ball should bounce. We have spring.lua too, which is a jump boost, which will just push the player up high in the sky. Then we have snail.lua. So yeah, here it will have the so here we'll just create the snail. And then we have the rendering of snail using the G textures. So I'll just kill the snail if it takes a damage. So yeah, now if I so we have just completed the code explanation and all. So now if I run the code, so as you can see, I have started the game, and there is quite a little bit bug bit with the start state. So if you press enter, the game starts, and you can see Mario can jump, and for starting the level there will be a start pipe, and there's nothing much for Mario without the power up. So there's even bug with the textures too. So as you can see, the snail start chasing Mario, and if you want, you can go to the platforms and collect the coins. So to increase your lives, you should just collect points of 2000, and then so in level 1 it will be quite much easier. So here I'll just go here, and if I go here, Mario will jump, and so it's a chain animation, and it will. So right now if I just, so the chasms too are quite big, and it's you should have quite an accuracy to jump. So you can see there's a jump block right there. So if I select this, I get a power up, and if I just throw, you can see if I press Z, I can just throw a fireball, and I can also break the bricks and collect coins and collect points by breaking them for 50 points. So the gameplay and the score system are not quite similar, Also if I jump also if I break the jump block, they turn into the toppers, and the camera follows the player also, and I can just clear these out. So I got an extra life. Okay, so I died in the chasm. So yeah, again I died. um so to speed up things, I'll just change the level in my levels file to something like level 12 and show you the code again. I mean, show you the gameplay again. So as you can see, the game has started, and there are pipes generating in these levels, and you can see the piranha plant which will just come out of the pipe. So they come out quick at the first, and so that to create some horror, to create a thrill, like to suddenly scare the player, unexpectedly killing taking away heart from the player. So again, if I just go to the victory pipe, so these levels will be quite long, and it's quite difficult sometimes when the creatures are when the enemies are on top of these bricks and Mario is right here, and if he jumps he just loses a heart. So that too is one problem. So right now there are many piranha plants which just spawns, and I just got a extra heart. So it's a close call. I was going to lose a heart. So if I again collect this power up, I can throw the fireball but not kill the piranha plants. So you guys saw just there are 3 piranha plants which spawned. So if I go up, I die. I lose a power up to the piranha plant, and the underground levels are quite lengthy though, but they're quite exciting. They're quite good to play. So now if you can see the level ends, and I had just pause the recording to finish the leveling as we finish the game. So now if so now I come to level 13. Now if I go to level 20, which is Donkey Kong boss fight, and run the game again. So you can see it's a boss fight level. There's no ceiling or anything. So I press enter, the game starts, and you can see the chain effect happens, and Donkey Kong throws a. So you can see he jumps quite in a scary manner, and you might not be able to realize that too. So he just doesn't let us. He just goes hard on the player, and so yeah, lost. I lose a life. The boss fight is quite hard to play with. So now if I show the underwater levels. So now this is the underwater level. So you can see there's a bluish tide wave and a blue background. So if I start, you can see there are these enemies, which is squid, which I hate them of the most. They just follow you like a torpedo or something, and they won't let you go. But if they disappear from your screen, then they will not chase you. Then the fishes are not any of a problem. They just swim on their own. But if you touch them, you lose a life. So yeah, the but be careful with these squids and all. It might become tight to play with. So yeah, you see I lost again and again the heart again. And now if I go to Bowser boss fight at level 26 and rerun the game, so you can see I started the game, and now I collect this jump block, and so here the jump blocks don't change at all, because even the bricks don't break with the power up, because it's a final boss and the blocks don't break. I mean, anyway, why would the players even care for the points? Because again, in the database, it'll be in the levels file, it'll be reset to um, level 1 again. So there's a turnaround to get the power up. So if you just jump near the brick, you'll get the power up. And if I keep using this power up, so even if there is a few workaround for the textures, so yeah, you can see this Bowser, his friends, the mushroom friend is behind Luigi. And so yeah, this boss fight too is quite hard. And yeah, I lost a heart again. So after defeating Bowser, the game will return back to level 1, but I'm not so good at the game, so yeah, I can't, it's kind of hard. And yeah, so later on I'll explain how to make Zelda using Lua. And it'll be, and the Zelda game is like fighting dungeons and all, with sword and some equipment, and buying hearts from the store and all. So yeah, thank you.